Hello. I know it's a little bit of a strange time at the moment because everybody's stuck indoors, so there's less visits and what have you. So it's been difficult for me as well because I haven't been able to come and do my usual sessions with you, which I've missed. So I've had a bit of a brainwave that what I was going to do was invite you into my living room and do a session with you from here, so that you can join in with me from your television or whatever it is that you're watching me on. So I think it's very important to keep your exercises going, you know, do the things that we usually do. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. By the way, the music that I'm playing is my new music. I hope you're going to enjoy it. So hopefully next time I see you, we'll listen to more of it. But anyway, so we're just going to do a little short session like we usually do. So first of all, I hope you're sitting in a comfortable chair, and we're going to start off as we usually do, where you pop your feet on the floor and make sure that you're not leaning over onto your arms of your chair. So let your shoulders have some rest, make your back do its job. So sit yourself up nice and straight, and then once we've got there, you can just relax your shoulders and we can start off like we usually do, opening and closing your hands, just like that. So just go through a couple of times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now nothing needs to be stressed. You don't need to be squeezing and stretching. It's just using the range of movement in your fingers. Okay, and then we're going to roll your hands round just like that, like as if we were making dough. Which I've been doing a lot of, where there's been no bread in the supermarkets. I've had to make my own, which I don't tell you what, it's not coming out too bad. So there we go. Roll your wrists like so, and then what we're going to do is just twist your hands so they face up and down like that. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Wonderful. So there we go. So now all we're going to do is we're going to keep this movement going here, the up and down movement with the hands, but what we're going to do is use the elbows, so shoulders and knees, like so. Shoulders and knees. Shoulders and knees. Shoulders and knees. There you go. That's all we need on the elbows. They don't really go wrong. They tend to be pretty good. So what we need to do now is use your shoulders. So just double check that you're sitting right before we start. And all we're going to do is we're going to try and lift the elbows up. So the best way I can describe this is to lift your arms up almost like you're pulling the rope that pulls the church bells. So pull and let your hands go up again. So if you can see, my elbows are quite close together. They're not out like so. Keep them close together. Up and down. Up and down. And again. Up and down. And then what we're going to do is, still using the still using the shoulders, we're going to do shoulders and elbows at the same time. So what we're going to kind of do is, just like you are pushing something away and then pulling it back, a bit like a drawer in a chest of drawers, you know, so you pull and push. Pull and push. Pull and and push. Okay, rest a second and roll your shoulders. I don't know if you can hear the dog moaning in the background there. I think it's waiting for some attention. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. So, what we're going to do now is twist and pivot the shoulder, so what we're going to do is, if you can place your hands together, just like this, like as if you were saying your prayers. And what we're going to do is just keep the elbows close to your body and widen your hands like that. And you should feel a little bit of a stretching in your shoulders. So that's good, that's what you're supposed to feel, just that stretching here. So we're just going to open and close, open and close, open and close, open and close, and relax. There we go. So roll your shoulders round a little bit, and we've got down to our back now. So when you roll your shoulders like this, it doesn't really affect your shoulders as such. What it's doing is starting to do things to your neck and your back. You should feel that a little bit, and this is, well, I was digging in the garden yesterday, so my back's feeling a little stiff, so this feels wonderful for me. So just rolling the shoulders like so. So now what we're going to do is sort of try, if you can, to get off the chair like this, and just rock yourself forward. So you can see that I'm pivoting sort of from the hips here, and just leaning forward. So just take my hands and rubbing them down towards my knees like that, and back. And if you can, what's really wonderful is if you kind of try to get your elbows towards your knees like that. It's a lovely stretch. Now, don't worry if you can't get as far as me, that's not the end of the world. The most important part is that you're trying a little bit. There we go. So to move yourself forward like so, and here we go. So move forward, and if you can see, I'm keeping my chin up, so I'm not looking down like this. If you can try and keep your chin up, you get a lovely back bend. Okay, now from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use my shoulder blades like this. So I'm going to put my hands forward and then bring them back up to the hips. There. Now to do this, if you're sitting back in the chair, it won't reach. You're going to get stuck on the chair. So you have to come forward and allow your elbows back. Now if you can do this, this is a wonderful movement for relieving the muscles in your back and stretching the muscles across here in your chest. So one more time, there, and bring your hands back. Okay, and wonderful. And relax a second, just roll your shoulders if you can. Now, we do have to remember to breathe, and it's a bit of a silly thing to remind you to breathe when we do it all the time, but just take a little bit of time to think about your breathing. Breathe in through your nose like this, and out through the mouth. And again, in through your nose. Let everything expand and take the air, and out through your mouth. In and out. There we go. Right, so keep your breathing going, nice deep breaths, nice and slow, and what we're going to do is we're going to stretch down towards your feet. Now it doesn't matter if you can't reach that far, don't strain it if you can. What we're going to try and do is take a big deep breath and kind of stretch up, and then just let yourself flop, go. Okay, and now I'm going to bring my hands up to my knees again, just to allow myself to stretch back up again, so that I'm not putting my back under too much strain. So we're going to go again, breathe in, and let it all go. There. And bring my hands back up, and there we go. And look up at the ceiling. And down, reach for the floor. And in this time, we're going to look up for the ceiling and reach for it. And back down to the floor. Hands back up and reach for the ceiling. And relax. Okay, roll yourself off now. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little bit more stretched. So what we're going to do is, if you can shuffle yourself forward like I've done here towards the edge of my seat, and you can rest your shoulders back, but try not to slouch yourself down. So I've kind of made my body a bit like a plank, and it just allows me a bit of room to move my knees like so. So it should feel quite relaxed, just to rock your knees from side to side. And then we're going to go down to the feet, like so, and heels and toes, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. And now what we're going to try and do is get the feet off the floor, but you see everything there is really floppy, so I'm just kind of letting my feet hang. So I'm just going to lift the knees like that, but not from the toes. So you have to think almost as if you were lifting your knees like that, and everything there is just dangling. So just again, up and down, up. There we are. Everything nice and relaxed. And one more time, each leg. There and there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we need to kind of make sure this is relaxing there, and we're going to just swing the legs backwards and forwards. It's kind of like kicking a balloon. So if you can think about just kicking a balloon like that, boing. So we're just going to go up, 1, 2, and pop it back down again. And the other side, 1, 2, and pop it back down again. So here we go, 1, 2, and pop it back down. 1, 2, and pop it back down. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, and pop it back down. And last one. 1, 2, and pop it back down. Okay, rest for a second. So while you're resting, you can keep your knees swaying left and right, like so. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of just do a nice simple exercise. This is a good one to remember because it kind of does everything. It's just going to be kind of like rolling your feet, a bit like a bicycle, but you're only doing 1 foot at a time, like this. So round and round. Now it's kind of a bit like flicking a switch with your toes. Not that you would be flicking switches with your toes, but it's a bit like what it feels like. There we go. So around and flick the switch with your toes. And there we go. And relax. Okay, now if you can stretch your legs forward. Now I really am perched on the edge of my chair, which is not the best place to sit because it doesn't feel hugely secure. There go the dogs. And what I'm I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch all the way down my legs like so. And reach up and forward and back in again. So nice way to relax and get this movement is to breathe in and then let it all out. Okay, and then the last one, you can sit yourself back. This one is a really good one. We're going to come from the arm of my chair here and just do a big circle like that. Round to that side. And then back the other way. Up, around, and down. And relax. Okay, so loosen the shoulders. So the last thing we're going to do is a little bit of a meditation where we're just going to take a big deep breath and we're going to kind of stretch up as tall as you can make yourself, like this. Now if you can keep yourself tall and then just relax, let your air out and just drop your shoulders. There we go. This is a lovely posture to find yourself in. Okay, so relax, start again, and we'll go through it a couple more times. So take a big deep breath and keep tall and drop your shoulders. There we are. Okay, one more time just for fun. Breathe in through the nose, nice and tall, and then drop your shoulders. Wonderful. Okay, so last thing we're going to do, just for fun, this is another little meditation that I like to do sometimes. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of take a big deep breath and kind of hold on tight to something like an imaginary pencil. And when we hold on tight, we're going to take a big deep breath like this. Hold it and then snap it in half like this. So use your strength and use your power, lovely sharp fast movement, and snap it in half. Okay, so here we go, one more time. And snap. And I said one more time, but we're going to do it again just for fun. Here we go, so remember, take a big deep breath, grab your pencil, and snap. And thank you very much. Now, I hope that you enjoyed my little video and that it makes sense to be able to do your exercises in this way. But I will see you again soon and I'll be looking forward to it. So you take care, be good to each other and be patient. I'm sure this will all blow over soon enough. Take care.